Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Pokemon Sleep. I know it's been a few days since I had a nice early morning recording, so let's enjoy that. Head in, check out last night's sleep research, and see how things went. Felt good for me to sleep in a little bit this morning. Oh, I do suspect there might be a little bit more dozing sleep tonight compared to the others. But we'll gamble a little bit today with session 777. Maybe I'll get lucky. Okay, not as much dozing as I thought there was going to be. But it still looks like snoozing had the majority. Ooh, still balanced. This is getting lucky. Alright. I'm willing to play along with this a little bit. Up to 6 spawns, so we are getting a little bit more to work with. 34 million drowsy power. With just a 3 and a 4 star, so let's see who's it can. Okay. Metapod atop belly. Lyron. 1 star. We got Shinx. Okay, we're working with something now. We got Graveler and Grovyle. Okay, with Pichu hanging out there in the corner. Trying to hang out in the trees. Oh, no shiny luck today. But maybe I finally get that oil gathering Shinx that I've been looking for. Okay, no one's hungry. Not that big of a deal. Everyone has been recruited at some point, so there's no priority. Yeah, so we can just go for the Shinx. Hopefully that turns out well. After friendship level, this will be friendship level 32. I mean, I do have the tomato one, so I have one of the 2 combinations that I really want for Shinx. And today's daily gift, an ingredients ticket. Alright. Just in case an extra fun little biscuit wanted to try my way, I want to check and make sure, but that's all I'm going to look for today. Snack time will be nice and simple. But since I haven't seen them in a little bit, I'm going to share out the Aaron family candy. So it's been a minute. A little bit. I want to say now we're almost fully at that quarter mark in XP. And thankfully now we've done all the candy tasks for the week, so dream shards are now adding back into the coffers. And we've got a lax nature. Okay. And I know I don't remember that being something I'm specifically looking for. Whew! Pardon me. Alright. It's at least the combination of ingredients. We're at least cooking with gas for the first time in what feels like a long while. Okay. Let's see what we got. We got skill level up in that first slot, which isn't terrible. Just gives cooking power. I mean, I want skill trigger more than anything. Ingredient finder S at 25. Yes. Inventory up. Helping speed. Helping speed. And Lax's main skill chance down. I think this is acceptable. I think this should be good. Let's take a peek together. So I can think that with the neutralizing mint to get that main skill chance off, because I actually want it triggering just a little bit, that this might be worthwhile. I might have spoken this into existence. Where did you go off to? There we go. We're going to run this as a Lux Ray. I don't have to spend so many ingredient sub-skill seeds getting this up. I'm going to run it with Ingredient Finder S to start with. I want to actually like really dig into this and see what's going on. Helping Speed S. So this is definitely a Pokemon that at face value may not have a lot of potential, but we're gonna run it. I want to see it with ingredient count. I want to see how much oil it's pulling in. That it might just need that little nudge, because with get it to 25, I can get a guaranteed to Ingredient Finder M. And that's gonna, it's not the most amount of ingredients, like there's no other, it's not both Ingredient Finders in there, but I think with Ingredient Finder M that should be enough. Inventory up is another issue with this Pokemon. You know, just being able to leave that, the idea is that, you know, I could also leave this overnight to collect a whole bunch of oil. And especially on Old Gold Power Plant, being able to get those favorite berries as well when it's inevitably sneaky snacks. So getting the inventory up S to inventory up L, I don't mind spending a few sub-skill seeds to get there. And then for helping speed, I can't juice that anymore with seeds because both of them are there. But looking at this from current max rank, it's saying about 70. This is with Ingredient Finder S. Overall, not bad. Can be better. So, let's get in there and we'll take that and bump it to. I shouldn't need to adjust the inventory because that's just a matter of it having more space to store, not its ability to collect. And yeah, it looks like that's going up just a little bit. It's funny though that this still shows like I'm only doing this for ingredient count B. Yeah, it's 100 percentile because it has none. But at minimum, this would need at least one sub-skill seed investment to get that Ingredient Finder M. And then for quality of life, using a neutralizing mint to get it to then have a more increased main skill chance activation. So at 65, it bumps up to 78. So it does get a good chunk of oil. I'm gonna let that finish in the background as we move on. But I think this is good enough. I really would love for it to be enough. I would love one less Pokemon to keep an eye out for. Alright. Let the team recover. Got some sneaky snacking from last night. honey as the extra ingredient from today's rewards stamp. Before I move on to all the other goodies, I'm going to take a moment and see what my actual oil needs are. So, from curries and stews, actually doesn't have any? Interesting. Oh, okay, so the draw it katsu curry has it. Okay. Salads in the Defiant Coffee Dress salad, 22 per meal. So the threshold is 66. So we met that almost with Ingredient Finder S, but we did with Ingredient Finder M. And then 22 is also for the green grass salad as well. So, yeah, that is, I think it's met the burden. And if I happened to get Happiny level, I can start actually also working on the Petal Blizzard layered salad as well. So I'll have an oil producer that can meet that too. And then what do we have for desserts? Is there any... Nope, just the 14 for the explosion popcorn. Nice. All right. I think I can call that Shinx found. Research 777 coming in clutch. All right, let's continue on with the rest of this morning's sleep research. Back over 1,000 sleep points. Do we have some more news? We do! We've got those research bundles that was alluded to, but were not detailed. So, let's get into it. To accompany the Raikou, Entei, and Suicune research event, the Legendary Research Bundles Volume 1, Small, Medium, and Large, and the Legendary Last Chance Bundles Volume 1, Small, Medium, and Large, will be available. Starting the first week of the event, the Research Bundle Volume 1, Small, Medium, and Large will include items that are good for befriending and raising Entei, Raikou, and Suicune during their research event. It's a lot of duplication of the same names. For the second week, the Last Chance bundles will be available, and we hope that they will help you in your final effort during the second week of the event. To the bundle details. And there we can see in the banner there what the item looks like for the right next to Entei there, the point looks like the Premier Ball icon over where normally it would be the colored mains. This cute little touch. So the small bundle for 250 diamonds will include 4 biscuits, friend incense, and 30 Pokemon materials. And you can purchase up to 3 of those. Not terrible. That actually, I think from you're effectively just getting the friend incense and the Pokemon materials. As part of it, it would just be the cost of what the biscuits would be, just at diamond cost. The medium bundle at 1,200 diamonds, that one you can only get 1 of, will include 6 great biscuits, a good camp ticket, 9 small handy candy, and 120 Pokemon materials, with 1 available. That's great. It's the first time I've seen it at a medium size that I can recall anyway. That could be really good if you've been stashing some diamonds and you're not getting the good camp tickets as part of the premium pass. And then the large at 3,000 diamonds, 3 ultra biscuits, 9 great biscuits, 4 friend incense, 3 medium dream shard clusters, 3 medium handy candy, and 240 Pokemon materials. So, it's a lot. It's expensive. You get a good chunk of biscuits, some good incense to help make those legendary Pokemon hungry, as well as Dream Shard clusters to go along with it, Handy Candy to help level them, and materials that you can exchange for the things that you need, whether they be main skill, sub-skill seeds, or whatever else happens to be in the exchange. I know that they've gone over it, I just can't off the top of my head. And then for the last chance bundles, icon changes a little bit. Looks like we've just got Pokemon materials and Great Biscuits. So for the last chance small bundle, 5 Poke Biscuits and 50 material. So a little bit less. Same price. So I'm just gonna roll up here. Yeah, so you get a little bit. You get more materials and another biscuit, you just don't get the incense. Which is kind of a shame. But if you really need all of it, and you've already exhausted all 3, you've got another 3 there. For the medium bundle, at 600 diamonds, so this one's a lot, is less, because you're only getting Great Biscuits and Pokemon materials, and you can buy 2 of those. And then for the large bundle, those you can also get 2, but you've also only got Great Biscuits and Pokemon materials. Right, and then the reminder down here that they can be used for incenses as well as Premier Biscuits, which are good for specifically during the event capturing the legendary Pokemon, but then turn into Great Biscuits once the event's over. So, not bad. Certainly the first ones are a little bit more enticing with just the sheer amount of stuff. But if you're finding yourself, as the naming implies, last chance, you do have a means of getting some more of those. Really, for that last chance, it's really more about those Pokemon materials, clearing out whatever's left in the exchange to use those. Alright. Well, are any of those enticing to you? Are you planning on picking any of that up? Feel free to let me know down in the comments. Alright, community, it's only been a little bit more than 10 hours. How's everyone doing? 36 reports. Very nice. Glad everyone's also still getting good rest. Okay. Let us collect, make some breakfast, and then call it a morning. Ooh, I am capped? Oh, it's right. I had the honey from this morning. And I need those potatoes in order to make what I want. So, what do I have in abundance? Simply the soybeans. Let's make some room. A small amount of dream shards, but always a good reminder to folks that, like, you're not up the creek without a paddle on that, but there we go. Now we have enough to get through this morning. I do plan on, after cooking, getting a little team swap going on. So, woo! Before I do that, always get your extra tasty chances up. There we go. Alright. But yeah, getting the team changed around just a little bit just to help get a little bit more stock of potatoes. Because right now, I've got an abundance of... I'm good for the rest of the day on most of my other ingredients. You know, so I can shift gears for a little bit. Pushing that luck on to lunch. But still, progress is progress. But that's really just because Golem is going to be really good at getting potatoes once it hits 60. Hasn't quite gotten all the way there, so that is something I anticipated when going onto this dish, since I knew I'm not making it. There's a reason that it's not leveled as much as it has been, and that's strictly just for the fact that I didn't have all the ingredients on lock. Ooh, no milk there at all. Blastoise. Alright, cool. Now that everyone's been collected from, before I make just a random decision, I should do it with the knowledge of what ingredients I exactly have. Let's do this the right way. So, cocoa. Cocoa and milk. I've got enough through the rest of today to be completely fine. Tomatoes, I also have a good chunk on. So I think probably tomatoes are probably the easiest, since that is strictly Victory Bell. That's what I thought was going to be the case, but it was good to double check. So, we'll go back into our good old filtering system here to select our other potato candidate. It's Florigato. Currently, this Florigato in particular will be good getting to Meowscarada to be able to get all of those ingredients, because that'll all be helpful for the Dream Eater Butter Curry. And this one, at 50, we'll get helping bonus. It's still got a ways to go on that, so I'm not gonna spend any more Dream Shards today. I've already done enough. But the key point for this particular edition is gotta make sure through today it's only got a 20 inventory space, so I'll need to check periodically throughout the day and clear out its inventory to realistically continue to get a good head start on all of those potatoes. And then going into bed tonight, flip Victory Bell back in, because it at least has the storage capacity to handle overnight. 20, it's going to fill up in about 4 or 5 hours. Cool. Grade 5, which means we'll be hitting the Ultra ranks later today. That feels good. And circling back, our Shinx from today, ending out at 96. At level 100, pulling in a clean 100 oil. Also getting some tomatoes along the way, but 100 oil with just a single subskill seed investment. And I can bump that up even higher, get more overnight with bumping that inventory up S to inventory up L. And that doesn't have to be right away, because as soon as I unlock level 50, I can, as I get them, 2 more subskill seeds, because it will be the only valid target. That works for me. But with that, that is what I have for today's sleep research. That was a nice little treat for today. I'll be back tomorrow afternoon with some more sleep research. Got another early morning. Seems like that just seems to be the pace for work is early mornings for me recently, so apologize if this is kind of throwing off regularity in the upload schedule, but it is what it is. I'm just trying to get it when I can. But I still do hope you're enjoying it. Let me know what you think about those bundles down in the comments below. I'll see you back tomorrow afternoon for some more sleep research as this nice relaxing week on Old Gold Power Plant carries through. But until then, sleep well.